Hello, welcome to this lecture on chemical kinetics. In this lecture I am going to discuss effect of temperature on reaction rate. Okay, let's get started. It was found that in most chemical reactions, I'll write simply reactions. In most reactions, as temperature increases, rate of the reaction increases. Okay, so rate or rate constant increases as temperature of the reaction increases. Okay, not in all reaction, in most reactions rate increases as temperature increases. Then it was also understood by scientists that collision between reactant molecules is responsible for chemical reaction. So for a chemical reaction to take place, collision must occur. Okay, reactant molecule should undergo collision, therefore chemical reaction will occur. And it was also calculated that as temperature of the reaction increases by 10 degrees Celsius, okay, the increase in collision was found to be 200 to 400 times roughly. Okay, see what I'm trying to say? As temperature of a reaction increases, as temperature increases by 10 degrees Celsius, number of collisions okay, increases roughly 200 to 400 times. Okay, so if we increase the temperature by 10 degrees Celsius, okay, number of collision increases roughly by 200 to 400 times. So if collision alone is responsible for chemical reaction, then people have expected that, okay, scientists expected that rate of the reaction, okay, rate or rate constant, right, would also be increased, right? Rate is expected that rate would also increases by 200 to 400 times. Okay. See, as temperature increases by 10 degrees Celsius, number of collision increases by 200 to 400 times. If collision alone is responsible for chemical reaction, then it was expected that rate also would have increased. Okay, rate also supposed to increase by 200 to 400 times. But when people carried out the experiment, and it was found that, see, for example, at T degrees Celsius, you take some chemical reaction. At T degrees Celsius, let us calculate the rate constant, and let the rate constant at T degrees Celsius is Kt. Now for the same reaction, you increase the temperature by 10 degree, T plus 10 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, you carry out the reaction and find the rate constant, and the rate constant I am going to represent this as T plus 10. Okay, this is rate constant of the reaction at T degrees Celsius. This is rate constant of the reaction at T plus 10 degrees Celsius. Then this ratio, Kt plus 10 by Kt, this ratio is actually called temperature coefficient of reaction. Let me write here. This is called temperature coefficient of reaction. Listen, since number of collision increases by 200 to 400 times, it was expected that this ratio supposed to comes out to 200 to 400. But this is not observed. Okay, this is not observed. What is the temperature coefficient of the reaction actually observed? The observed values, that is Kt plus 10 by Kt, the observed value, okay, is found to be equal to 2 or 3. Okay, I repeat again. Listen, as the temperature increases by 10 degrees Celsius, number of collisions increased by 200 to 400 times. Okay, it depends upon the reactions. Okay, it increases by 200 to 400 times. But if you calculate the rate constant at T degrees Celsius and at T plus 10 degrees Celsius, and if you take the ratio Kt plus 10 by Kt, this ratio is called temperature coefficient of reaction, and this ratio was found to be just 2 or 3. Okay, this surprising result made the scientist to think upon other factors that affect the rate of the reaction. Okay, so rate of the reaction not only depends on number of collisions, it also depends on some other factor, right? What's the factor? We'll discuss that in the next class. But before completing this, remember, temperature coefficient of reaction is nothing but Kt plus 10 by Kt, right? There should be a difference of 10 degree between the two rate constant, and this value for most chemical reactions, it was found, the value was found to be 2. For most reactions, it was found to be equal to 2. Rarely the value is found to be 3. Okay, so the value is not 200, the value is not 250, the value is not 300. Okay, the value is just 2 or 3. Right? What is the reason for this? We are going to discuss in the next class. Okay, before finishing off, let me work out a problem based on the temperature coefficient of reaction. Okay, suppose sometimes they may ask questions like this: if temperature coefficient of a reaction okay, if temperature coefficient of a reaction is 2, if temperature coefficient of reaction is 2, find the value of K. Suppose I'll give 50 degree over K 30 degree. What's the ratio? What's the value of this ratio? Right? So we need to find the rate constant at 50 degree divided by the rate constant at 30 degree. This ratio we need to calculate. What is the temperature coefficient of reaction? This 2. So what you have to do? So we need to find out this ratio K50 by K30. This is the ratio we need to find. How to find this value? Very simple. Listen, see, the denominator K30 is given, no? Keep this K30 as such. Then increase the temperature by 10 degree. So K40. Then take this K40 and increase the temperature by K50. By 10 degree, you'll get K50. Now, if you cancel this one and this one, you will get the same value, right? Now, what is this ratio? This ratio is the difference is just 10 degree. So this is nothing but temperature coefficient of reaction. And what about this ratio? Here also the temperature difference is 10 degree. This is also temperature coefficient of reaction. Okay, temperature coefficient of reaction is given here, which is 2. So 2 into 2. Therefore, this ratio is equal to 4. Right? So if questions appear based on temperature coefficient of reaction, okay, you just proceed in this manner. Right? Yeah. I stop here. In the next class, I'm going to give you the Arrhenius equation to understand the effect of temperature on chemical reaction. Okay, yeah, I stop here. Thank you.